The year is 1971. Operation Bakuli has started against the tribal uprising. Dopidi and Dulna are the main culprits who has killed Surja Sahu. Surja has denied the tribals of their wells even during the drought. They both are underground since long. Finally, the officers killed Dulna and takes Dopidi into their custody. The captain firmly says to all its officers, "Make her speak." The officers rape her one after another. Ironically, the same men who violates her body ask her to cover herself when she is done with. She is finally asked to go to captain. Dopidi rips off her clothes and goes straight to the captain naked. She goes there and starts laughing. The captain is in utter shock. Dopidi says, "You can strip me off, but how can you clothe me? I don't think there is any man over here to be fearful or shameful of." Well, I am Viral Patel and here I am talking on the topic, is feminism a reality in rural India? This instance is taken from Mahabharat's infamous Cheer Haran scene. Both Draupadi and Dopidi are nothing but against the patriarchal voices that denies them their agency. I think it won't be wrong to say that there are at least thousands of Dopidis or Draupadis even today in rural and urban India who are fighting against the injustice happened to them either with or without Krishna or Dulna. Well, they have the only one and they only have this one tool called feminism. Feminism in India varies has different shades. The essence of feminism is different in different parts. Well, while women in metros are fighting for their rights to sexuality, equal pay, equal opportunities, the women in rural India at large are still fighting for their basic human right. Indian rural woman still has to first take care of her home, take care of her kids, in-laws, her child, and if time and her family permits, she can go to the local self-help group, which by the way is again divided into caste races and different religious lines. Still in India, there are women who are not allowed to sit in khap panchayats. Well, these instances might sound very trivial or trifling to some, but these are the same instances that leads to the cases like Hathras and Badaun, where not only the feministic rights of the women are shattered, but the humanity itself immolates. On paper, India might look very nice as we have passed laws against child marriage, sexual harassment, domestic abuse, even against financial exclusion of women, etc. We have National Commission for Women, Maternity Benefits Act, etc. Still, literacy ratio of Indian rural women is hardly 50%. Only 20% of the women participate in labor force, with rural women leaving the force even at a faster rate. We do have the third highest maternity benefit in the world, but then it is only provided in the organized sector. What about the rural women who are working in the unorganized sector? Well, it is important to just take a deep breath over here and think about it. Are we really targeting the basic problem of patriarchy, casteism, or are we just living the narratives created by the urban life and just not considering the majority of Indian rural women?